Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to shed light on a short historical background of Hazara's soldiery, including their achievements, hardship, helplessness, dedication, determination, and a wide range of challenges faced by the members of this community in the past as well as at present around the world. Background. The long and fascinating story of Hazara soldiery in Indian subcontinent spans over 93 years. History of Hazara Pioneers under British Raj encapsulates interesting military experiences, gallantry, adventure, politics, and identity shifts in the Indian subcontinent, Persia, Iran, and Russia. It is evident from the military records of the Hazara soldiers in Indian Army that Hazaras have been enlisted in the Indian Army by 1860s. A considerable number of Hazaras frequently had been going to India to work as laborers, particularly in heavy work such as quarrying. Some of those had been enlisted in the British Indian Army. Among them were Subedar Muhammad Hassan Khan, member of Afghan Boundary Commission, joined around 1860, and Subedar Major Dost Muhammad Khan in 1882. After the Hazara War of 1891-93 with Amir Abdurrahman Khan in Afghanistan, a huge number of Hazaras fled for their lives to British Indian territory currently today is in the part of Pakistan's province of Baluchistan, Quetta city. Subedar Dost Muhammad Khan and other Hazara soldiers who were already serving in the Indian Army persuaded the newly arrived Hazaras in joining the Indian Army. Hence, a huge number of Hazaras recruited in 124th and 126th Baluchistan Infantry. It was also a great opportunity for the British Indian government to enlist Hazaras in the Indian Army. Hazaras were recruited mainly in the 124th and 126th Baluchistan Infantry Regiment, and they remained in those regiments till 1904. The growing number of Hazaras in the Indian Army made it possible to establish a separate regiment exclusively of Hazaras. From 1860 to 1904, until the establishment of the 106th Hazara Pioneers, the British Indian government have endeavoured 5 times to establish a Hazara regiment. First attempt. For the first time, term Hazara Pioneer has been used by Captain Bradford, who was on detachment duty at Bamiyan, Saigon, and Bajgah just before the First Anglo-Afghan War in 1840. Captain Bradford desired to raise a corps of Hazara Pioneer and succeeded in enlisting some men. Second attempt. This was initiated during Second Anglo-Afghan War in 1878-80 near Kandahar to the considered of her enlistment of the Hazaras, but was not being proceeded on political and financial ground. Third attempt took place in 1892. British Indian government decided to raise a corps of Hazara Pioneers, probably in British Baluchistan, and again dropped on political ground. It was the time when Hazaras were fully engaged in war with Amir Abdurrahman Khan in Afghanistan. Fourth attempt, by 25th November 1903, eventually a corps of Railway Pioneer Battalion of Hazaras sanctioned and formed successfully with the strength of 912 men. The main purpose of forming that battalion was the rapid extension of frontier railways, especially in the direction of the Kabul River Valley, and improvement of British relations with the Hazaras. Fourth attempt, finally by the 1st October 1904, 106th Hazara Pioneers Regiment raised in Quetta by Lieutenant Colonel Claude Jacob, later Sir Field Marshal Claude Jacob. Subedar Major Dost Muhammad Khan became the Subedar Major of the 106th Hazara Pioneers. The battalion was composed of 8 companies of Hazaras exclusively, and their permanent peace station was at Quetta. Hazaras, whether in other regiments or as pioneers, have participated in various military campaigns and earned remarkable honors and prestige. These include 1886 Burma Operation with 124th and 126th Baluchistan Infantry. In 1900 China Operation against Boxer Rebellion China with 124th and 126th Baluchistan Infantry. In 1899 to 1902 Boer War in South Africa with 124th and 126th Baluchistan Infantry. 1915 during the Great War in Western Front France, one company of 106th Hazara Pioneers with 107th Pioneers served with distinction in Nevers-Belle, France. 1915 to 1917 the East Persia Cordon and the Sarhad Operation. 1918 Great War, the whole regiment proceeded to Mesopotamia, Iraq. They earned several gallantry medals and honors, including Indian Order of Merit IOM, Order of British India OBI, Indian Distinguished Services Medal ITSM, etc. They also gained remarkable prestige for their regiment in the field of military, sports and archaeological excavation. In addition, 2 talented Hazara players participated in the World Hockey Championship in New Zealand in 1926. Some of the senior Hazara officers were also invited to London to participate in the coronation of King George V. Among them were Subedar Major Dost Muhammad Khan Kakai and Subedar Ali Dost Khan. Descendants of the Hazara pioneer soldiers afterwards earned various prestigious military positions in Pakistan. Sipahi Muhammad Musa of 106th Hazara Pioneers later became Commander-in-Chief of Pakistan Army in 1965. Sharbat Ali Changezi was another Hazara who became Air Marshal in Pakistan Air Force in 1980s. The name of those Hazaras who were killed in action during the various campaigns, including Great Wars, have been engraved on the India Gate Delhi, Basra Memorial and Indian Memorial Nevers-Belle in France. These sacrifices were the product of historic and political forces which created the Hazara Pioneers. The history, politics and formation of the Hazara Pioneers. This section addresses the political underpinnings of the formation of the Hazara Pioneers. Political and identity have been always associated from the first day with the Hazara Pioneers in British India, Persia and Russia. Particularly, Afghan government resented the recruitment of the Hazaras, complaining that the British opposed Afghan employment of frontier Pashtuns from British India while at the same time recruiting Afghan subjects. During the formation and raising process, a proposal forwarded by the British commanders for consideration and a formation of a Hazara battalion composed of exclusively Hazaras to the Commander-in-Chief of India states to the main purpose of the formation of the Hazara Pioneers. It states that 1. Number one, the probable needs for an organized laborer on frontier railways and the value of the Hazara as a laborer and soldier. Second, from its geographical position, the Hazara country might, in certain circumstances, become of great strategical importance. The cultivation of friendly relations with its people by giving them suitable employment in our ranks is thus politically very desirable. Apart, however, from any consideration of political expediency, the fact that the Hazaras as a Shia have little in common with Afghans, Pathans or Indian Mohammedans make them especially suitable for enlistment in the Indian Army, in which they would be useful as a counterpoise to other classes. Third, an increase of the Hazara element in the native army is, in our opinion, very desirable on many grounds. They are Shia and as such would form a valuable counterpoise to the Pathans and Sikh elements in our frontier regiments. British Indian government also recruited soldiers from the selected tribes of the following Hazara tribes and subsections. They were Daizingi, Daikundi, Muhammad Khoja, Jauguri, Uruzgani, Chahardasta, Holdak, Besud, Daimirdat and Daichopan Hazaras. In later years, internal differences and tribal politics have also developed and intensified time to time among the Hazara soldier itself on the issue of the promotion to the upper ranks. The continuous opposition of Afghan government regarding Hazara presence in the Indian Army has one of the important political issues. Hazara soldiers who had been going back to their homeland on leave were harassed and arrested and tortured. Many of them were accused of being British spies.